Hi, this is a video I didn't want to make. As I've said before on my channel, I'm not political. If anything, I'm just trying to be a bit light-hearted and a bit informal. But what happened yesterday in Whitegate and Cork and other areas around the country, it made me sick. It made me ashamed to be associated with any bit of Ireland. The Irish people were set upon by the guards, our police. Now, when there's homes being burgled, rapists, murderers, muggers, scumbags, they get special treatment. If you bring the guards, they don't have the manpower to cover it. They'll tell you, oh, there's a station 5 minutes up the road from me and it's closed for most of the day. And lots of stations around are like that. You can't get them. The only way to get anything is to ring 999. And there was actually a skirmish between two families not far from me, where firearms and stuff were used. And the guards didn't come until everything was over and done with because they didn't have the manpower to cover it. Yet yesterday, there was 4 busloads of them in full riot gear, their new Judge Dredd riot gear or whatever. They just paid 50 million for it. They pepper sprayed protesters. These are people, farmers, hauliers, business owners trying to protest against the price of fuel. The army was moved in. Now, these are protesters. These are people protesting against the price of fuel. They use pepper spray. They used the army to move their vehicles out the way, saying it was a blockade. But just saying it was a blockade doesn't make it a blockade. It was a protest. These were Irish people trying to make a living. How can home heating oil double, the price of green diesel double? This is used in farm machineries. And how can anyone make a living with fuel prices so high? It is gouging. It is gouging. There's no... It isn't anything else. Okay. Remember when I done my video and the fuel prices went straight up? Well, they're saying now they may have to turn away fuel tankers from Ireland because the storage is full. So where was that oil then? At the lower price, because it wasn't at the pumps anyhow. If you come across a fuel protest, I know it's annoying to be stuck in traffic for hours. I'm not asking anyone to go out and do what I wouldn't do myself. But if you come across a fuel protest, try and support them if you can. They are doing it for the better of you as well, and me. And fair play to do it for them for doing it. But the scenes where they were dragging people from the crowd, these guards were in full riot gear, with a lot of them had their face covered. As I say, we can't get if your house gets broken into, you'll be lucky if your car gets stolen, and forget about it. If your motorbike gets stolen, you probably won't get a call back, you won't get anything. Because they don't have the manpower to do it. Yet, yesterday at short, well, I don't know how much notice it was, but yesterday they had 4 busloads of guards in full riot gear. Most of them had their face covered, kicking, beating and spraying and arresting protesters that are trying to make a living. Everyone had sympathy with the guards when they went out a couple of years ago because their pay There's no more sympathy for them. They done this, they could have just stood alongside the protesters, but no, they just chose to use violence and weaponry against unarmed, innocent people trying to make a living. If you can, support anyone you can. It's going to have to stop. Other countries in the EU have already reduced their fuel prices. We had a meeting on it Friday, and 4 of the protesters turned up for the government meeting, and they were refused entry. Now, not 400, not 40, not 4,000, 4. And they were told it's a private meeting. When they asked the outcome of the meeting, they were told, if you stop your protests, we'll tell you the outcome. But if you don't, we won't tell you. What was the outcome? What were they going to do? They would give them a long stick to scratch their butt while they sat in their vehicles with no diesel. So it doesn't make sense. It's actually disgusting. There's a good couple of YouTube videos showing it. But I think it's time to stand shoulder to shoulder with everyone. Thanks. Grandad on Enfield.